because my dad was Alejandro. I'm Alejandrina. My son is middle name is Alejandro, and my youngest is Alexander. So let's go, Alex.
Oh, yes.
And my daughter's like, yeah. And what about Gavi?
Burgers, tacos, pizza. Oh my! Season 7 of the No Dishes podcast is here. Once again, brought to you by Visit Bloomington. Check them out at visitbloomington.com. Especially if you live in Bloomington, you'll find out about all this cool stuff going on around town that you had no idea about. Also, please support our other advertisers on this episode. The best way to show us some love is to show them some love. You already know what I'm going to say. Play that theme song.
Hey, say, honey, let's go out to eat. Relieve our culinary duties. With all these restaurants to sweep us off our feet, they're bound to turn us into foodies. No dishes, no dishes, no dishes. We'll have a bottle of wine for lights and have a good time. No dishes. No dishes.
For the longest time, I thought it was Ale's Ice Cream Shop because I'm from Southern Indiana and I'm not cultured. And then I reached out to the owner, who we're very fortunate to have with us here today. It's not Ale's Ice Cream on the west side. It's Ale's, and the owner is Alejandrina Marquez.
Yes.
So thankful for you to be here. So I have never had the ice cream. And you were so kind to bring us some. Can you describe these two flavors that you brought us?
Yeah, so thank you. First of all, thank you for inviting me. And I'm really happy to be here. And I brought those couple, the best sellers right now that we have. It's called the Horchata. Horchata is the cinnamon milk. That's that one. And the next one is the Blackberry with the Queso Fresco.
So
it's a Mexican flavors, okay? So
it's so good though. I've had horchata at, La Poblana, or a lot of the taco food trucks have horchata. Yeah. And I mean, I've had it before, and it's like, but this is so good. It's the perfect balance of flavor. It's so creamy. It has such a great mouthfeel to it. So I've heard people raving about you guys for a long time. Obviously, anyone that watches this knows that I've been running the Chocolate Mousse for 10 years. We've had Laura from Jiffy Treat on. We're friends with Hartzell. So, we don't look at people as competition. We're like, hey, cool, another ice cream shop. Like, awesome.
Yeah.
Like, what can we learn from them? Like, oh, they're doing, cheese in their ice cream. Maybe we should do that.
Yeah, you should try it. That's what I brought it for.
No, we have our cheesecake ice cream that uses, cream cheese.
Yeah.
But I've never thought to add, a queso fresco or,
you better try
a cotija, you know?
Exactly. That's what it is. It's just better try it.
Oh, my God.
I love to see that.
It's so good. It's so delicious.
It's amazing to me.
It's so fascinating to me because even though they're all homemade ice creams, Chocolate Mousse, Jiffy Treat, Hartzell's, they all taste different. Mm-hmm. They all have slightly different mouthfeels. Yours almost feels lighter than what we have. And it's just I love it. I could nerd out over this for so long, but we were talking about it, and you have a gentleman that makes this for you. Yeah. But he does it, he uses.
It's a homemade recipe.
Yeah.
He has his little factory, and it's all Mexican flavors. And, the funny thing is when I say it's a homemade recipe, people think I made it at home.
Yeah.
No. No, I wish I can be doing any flavor over there and bring it to us, because a lot of people always come and you should make the guajillo flavor, that chili. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I can make that guajillo chili flavor. So maybe because I have a lot of flavors, like tequila. People get so crazy when the tequila, yes, it's a Mexican ice cream, so I had to have tequila.
I love that. Does it have an
alcohol?
No alcohol, but it has tequila flavor.
It's just the flavor, yeah. And then also the ones is called ron y pasas, is ron con pasas. Pretty much is knowing eggnog with the raisins.
Okay.
That also don't have no rum.
Interesting.
But it tastes so good.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You guys are over, for those that don't know, it's on the west side on Hickory Drive. Is
Correct,
that right?
309.
And so where exactly is that for those that aren't familiar?
So a lot of people get, we describe behind the Old National Bank. Mm-hmm. Just behind, we have a little shops right there. And I'm on the last corner.
Nice. And is that the southwest corner, I think, of
Yep.
Curry Pike and 3rd Street?
Correct.
Okay,
yes.
Sweet. So Cloverleaf is over there.
So I'm behind Cloverleaf.
Behind Cloverleaf. That's all you got to know. That's easy.
Yeah. Because and I don't know why the GPS is sending people by the neighborhood.
Oh,
like,
really?
People coming from the other side, and they're like, they told me like, oh my gosh, when we saw houses, like she got it at her own house, and like, no.
That's so fun. They're like, they really mean homemade.
Yeah, homemade. Yeah, that's what the people ask me. Like, you made it at home? Like, no. But yes, the GPS is always sending you to like no traffic, I guess. I don't know. But it's sending them to the other side. And I said, doesn't make sense because you can come in all the way from CVS and pass the stoplight, and then you see the bank, and then I'm behind.
Yeah, just that easy.
Just that easy. But people is like, no, I'm coming from this east side. You know, I had a lot of customers that come from Spencer, Ellisville. I have more like I had a couple of ladies that always ride on a motorcycle, and they're coming from Greenwood.
Oh, wow.
But now they told me it's going to be cold weather, so we see you next summer. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm going to miss you guys.
So how long have you guys been open now? Maybe a year or so?
So, yes, we opened last December, and we almost going to be a year. Yes.
Coming up on a year, yeah.
And it's so funny and weird. People like, why in December? Who's going to eat an ice cream? And it's true. Believe it or not, people going for ice cream. Like a lot of customers, they said they enjoy it better in wintertime because it doesn't get melted so easy, and they enjoy the flavor than just normal summer hot day. And then we'll be like,
Yeah, you got to scarf it down. Well, it's so interesting because, you know, we see a huge dip in sales in the winter. And we were just having our meeting about like, hey, what can we do to really keep sales up a little bit over the winter? And just looking at things where, you know, winter, you think of comfort and self-care and, you know what I mean? And that's what ice cream is. So it makes sense when you really think about it, other than it's cold outside and this is a cold thing. Yeah. Outside of that, everything else makes perfect sense.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's so interesting. Yeah, we're opening up an ice cream shop in December, but it seems to have worked out. And I think it probably was nice that you were able to ease into it. So by the time the spring rolled around,
it was easy.
Yeah.
Yes. I always say like, thank God that I opened in December because made me to learn what really people like.
Yeah.
And made me to I was learning how to serve because we started waiting, you know, like only 5-6 ounces of ice cream, and that was like taking forever. So then we know how to do it. Like now we know how to make it. So, to serve it.
People don't understand until they do it that there's a technique to scooping.
It has, yeah.
And homemade, like it's a lot harder than you would think.
It is,
especially depending on how cold the freezer is.
And see, we also made it with the guy made it with the real fruits and the chocolate. Chocolate gets so hard.
Yeah. So I don't know if I don't know if you can see it on camera. I'm wearing long sleeves, but this forearm is twice the size of this one. Just from scooping. And
it's true.
It's crazy that you would never think of that, but it really happens when you're in there every day.
Yeah.
How much are you paying for your restaurant's business insurance? What's affordable for your needs? What does your agent do for you that isn't just policy writing? Tony Brown with First Insurance Group has a keen eye for the policies all restaurant owners and operators would love to have. Tony provides risk management and other HR resources free of charge as your agent. Tony has no waiting period for loss of business coverage starting from day one, minute one, unlike other carriers' 72-hour waiting period. Tony has no audit for liquor liability and general liability, saving you time so you can focus on running your restaurant. And Tony's insurance carrier is the preferred vendor of choice for the Indiana Restaurant and Lodging Association. Call or text Tony Brown with First Insurance Group today, 812-327-2321. Set up a free review of your current policy and see how Tony can help you protect your largest investment, your business. 812-327-2321. Now you guys, Garrett pulled up your menu here. You have 27 flavors. That is a lot.
That was before. So that was like at the beginning of the summer when I do the menu, but then I brought some more like sorbets because we do have a more like real fruits, like watermelon. I don't think it's there guanabana. A lot of people are like, what is a guanabana? So it's very crazy to describe it sometimes because we do not have that fruit in here.
Yeah.
And we have mamey, we had a blueberry that is not in there. We also have what was the other that I have? And then I brought pumpkin, and then so
now you have over 30.
I had 34.
Wow. Yeah. Say, hey, Baskin Robbins, what? Like 31, that's adorable.
Yeah, we have and then like people get so surprised, like when they, because my shop has the freezer showing the flavors because like Mexicans, I do it like a real Mexican. So when you go over there at the shops, you see, I want that flavor. I want this. So, but I started with 12 flavors. And then I brought another freezer that I have 10 in the back. And then I had another freezer in the back. Like it's like 12 or 16. And they're like, people ask me, what flavors you had in the back? Like,
Can I get a sample? Yeah.
Please just tell me which one, and I will tell you, yes, it's here or it's in the back.
Oh, yeah. No, it's tough. So what you guys do is, what I was used to growing up to at Baskin Robbins. You walk in, Hartzell's is the same way. You can see the ice cream. One of the big mistakes we made when we used to be the old chocolate mousse stand, you couldn't see the ice cream, but we are the stand.
Yeah.
So, but when we moved into our new building, we didn't set it up. And looking back, we should have. We should have set it up to where you walk in and you see all the ice creams because that's just the way to do it. People eat with their eyes.
It's true.
And so I don't know how we overlooked it.
It's true because see, like when I had those 12 flavors there, it's always, if I wanted to sell something, put it at the front and it goes right away. But if I had it in the bag, they're like, yeah, I even say I have flavors on the bag, and they're like, okay, yes, but they don't even want to listen to me. Like, hey, I have more that they're better than. I just want to push it to sell. No, I'm just kidding. No.
That's so funny.
Those flavors are whatever we put, everything it sells.
Yeah, you guys. So it's such a small shop, but you have such an extensive menu, though.
It is a small shop. Yes, it is.
Wow, man. See, I've been meaning. The problem is nothing to do with you. It's just I don't go to the West Side very often. But again, I've just been hearing for so long, and then finally, I was like, again, because we had Jiffy Treat on. I reached out to Hartzell's. He's like, "Hey, love you guys, but we don't want to come on. Like, I just don't want to do a podcast." I'm like, "That's fine." And so I've been wanting to have you on forever. And then someone made a Facebook post that had your name. I was like, "Great, I know who the person is. I can reach out to him." So I shot you a Facebook message. And right away you were like, yes. And I'm like, oh, this is great. Like, we could come talk ice cream. One of the other things that you guys do, and I'm sure I'm going to keep talking ice cream a ton too, but you guys do crepes.
Correct.
And the only other place I know in town that does crepes, there's now a food truck called the Crepe Outdoors. Kevin Glenn's fantastic, really good product. And then the Crumble Bakery by Mother Bears, that Swain location does it. But you guys are the only people on the West Side doing crepes. Correct.
Yeah. So this shop is pretty much like, so a couple years ago, I went to Mexico, and that's where I just decided to do it because I was at the place where we stay, it was a fair. And the fair had all that stuff, ice cream, crepes, mini pancakes, and everything. So I let's do it. Let's put it together in Bloomington. We don't have anything like that.
Yeah.
Like Mexican. I'm not saying we do like you just said, all those names of the restaurants that had it and everything, but mine are really Mexican.
Yeah, well, so yours are Mexican crepes, plus you have nachos and esquites and elotes, and it's such an eclectic menu.
Yes.
And that I love it because you got some savory options. You've got all these 34 ice cream options.
A lot of people, elote noodles?
Yeah.
What is that? And it's just noodles with we add the corn and we add the yellow cheese.
Wow.
They're amazing. They're very good, like crazy.
Only $3.50?
Yeah.
Wow, good for you. That is so affordable.
I was just, when I started, I wanted to just introduce it to Bloomington, all that are kind of snacks, Mexican snacks.
Of course, yeah. I will say, for comparison's sake, your snacks are much cheaper than but we're doing full sandwiches, stuff like that. But our ice cream is dead on. We do $4 for the single, $6 for the double.
All these prices is like I say, I do not want to. I just want to kind of survive my business, you know, but it's not like a lot of people like, oh, $3.99 is a lot. Like, I don't think so.
No,
and then we do big scoops of that ice cream. I even say like, hey, let's just start back to weighting this because sometimes come in a huge ice cream scoop, sometimes a little, especially the sorbet is kind of hard to pull it and make it bigger because it's more made it with the water than the cream. So
it doesn't hold together.
But
quite as
it's
much.
like if I weighed it, it'd probably be 10 ounces of sorbet and probably 5 or 6 ounces of ice cream.
Yeah.
But it looks smaller than the other. Like
just more
my money's
dense.
going there.
yeah. No, it's so interesting. And, you know, we for a while did it to where you would weigh it out, then got away from it. I'm starting to think we need to bring it back because it's not only just like making sure that you're not giving away too much, but you're just making sure that you're giving away enough that people aren't getting shorted, and you want to give a consistent, you know, product. And so that's the best way to do it, is just weigh it.
That's what we had to do, the consistent. That's what I care. Like, see, like we open, our hours also are very crazy because we open from 11 to 10 p.m. On the west side. Like everything's closed.
Yeah.
We're just the only ones still open. And sometimes, you know, it's a small family business. The only my husband and I. And if I don't feel to stay, if you wanted to close to that time, or we have to be at same place together, we have to close. And sometimes he's like, well, we can't do that because what happened is somebody show up. Well, they have to understand that we have to go.
Yeah. So at any given, you're open every day or?
Every day.
Every day, 11 to 10.
11.
And you or your husband are always there.
Yes.
That is wild.
And I have my second job. I have a full-time job that I work for cook. So, and then I'm there.
You must be so busy, and you have a family
and
too.
I have a kids.
Oh my goodness. There's no place like home for the holidays. Don't miss Constellation Stage and Screen's family holiday musical, The Wizard of Oz, on stage December 12th through 29th at the Buskirk Chumley Theater. Travel down the yellow brick road with Dorothy and Toto in a whimsical journey filled with iconic songs and dazzling choreography. An absolute delight for audiences of all ages, The Wizard of Oz invites you to discover the magical power of home. See The Wizard of Oz on stage this holiday season, December 12th through 29th in downtown Bloomington. Find tickets at cconstellation.org. People think I'm busy, and this is what I mean when I'm like, when someone's like, Jordan, you do all this stuff. I'm like, no, there's so many people doing that. This is a great example. You are 1,000 times busier than I am. Working a full-time job at Cook.
Yes.
Then working the nights at the ice cream shop.
Correct.
And you have kids.
And well, I have my oldest, they're not with me. My daughter graduated from IU. She's in Chicago. And my middle child, he's here at IU. And the only youngest is the one he's had to deal with us with our hours. Like, no, you come with us. But, sorry.
Hey, he's getting valuable work experience.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
How old is your youngest?
He's 9.
Oh, that's perfect. That's such a great...
He love it.
Dude, to be 9 working in an ice cream store, I mean, I'm sure there's some days he doesn't want to go, but that's a pretty cool like opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you like have you had the chance yet in the almost year you've been open to like go do ice cream for his class or something?
No.
Because he's going to be the most popular kid in his grade when he do.
When we open, a lot of kids that come in and they're like, we saw you, Mom. We saw you. He's like, yeah. And even some students from IU, they just start coming and they're like, are you Fabian's mom? I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, so my son is like, yeah, people told me that they saw you there. Like, yeah, they're always going to see me there because I'm always there.
I love that. Yeah. Well, it's just so great that the West Side has needed an ice cream shop for a long time.
Yes.
Jiffy Tree used to be out there, but they've been closed for, I don't know, 10 years, maybe 8 years. I don't remember how long it's been, but there was a Jiffy Tree out there.
Yeah, it was right there by where Kroger, next to Kroger.
Yeah,
and
maybe that Planet Fitness strip mall. But they've been closed for a long time because we've talked about like, man, should we open one up on the West Side? Like, there's nothing out there. And then when I saw you guys pop up, I'm like, oh, someone figured it out. They knew that the West Side needed an ice cream shop. Yes. But again, it's not just, you could have done half of what you're doing and been successful, but you're just like, no, I want to make this exactly what I saw in Mexico and what I want and proud of. And again, it's just such a cool menu to see the chicharrone, the elote noodles, the esquites with crepes, with ice cream, with sorbet, with popsicles. Out of how many square feet do you have? Not
probably like 13.
Wow, that's nuts. But it's so cool. So you kind of touched on it. You went to Mexico, had this idea. Can you take us back to the beginning, where you're from, and then how it kind of escalated to the point where you're now a restaurant, ice cream shop owner?
Sure. Okay, well, so I'm from Mexico. I'm from Puebla. And so all that's traditional is about the fair and everything. They do it big, super big over there in my town. And so a couple years ago, I took my kids, and that's when my son was going for ice cream every day and crepes, and I was like, oh my gosh. And when I told them, I had to bring one to Bloomington, and he was like, yes, please do it, so I can have ice cream every day. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't think we're going to be so fat. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to lose weight over there because you know when I come in and I see a new flavor. Oh, I have peanut butter right now, and I like, let me try it. Like, okay, let me taste it again.
Yeah, the struggle's real. I've told multiple people my first 2 years working at the Chocolate Mousse, I gained 80 pounds.
Wow.
Zero self-control. So if just tell that to anyone that feels bad and they'll feel better.
Okay.
Well, at least I'm not him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just probably. So I'm going to get bigger. That's probably how I had to think about it.
No, I'm the cautionary whale. Okay, so when did you initially move to Bloomington?
Okay, so my parents brought me. They bring me here to Bloomington in 1998.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. So you've grown up in Bloomington.
I grew up very much more my half life. I've been here in Bloomington.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I feel like this is my town, and that's what I said. I had to bring my my Mexican sweets to my town to introduce them to my people. So and I'm very happy that Bloomington people, they're amazing. They're supporting you. They're always there. They like it. They be there.
Yeah.
They're honest. They're not coming back.
Well, it's great because, I see, Pili and Armando have Pili's Party Taco. I think Angel with La Poblana is from Puebla. Mm-hmm. And you have a lot of Mexican food that's showcased in Bloomington, but not a lot of the Mexican sweets. So it's so interesting that you're really the first one to do that. And that's like the sole focus.
Yes. That's what I was saying. Like, it's a bunch of Mexicans. The reason is like, my dad, my father always was encouraged me to say, like, do it. Come on, go for your dreams and let's do it. And I was like, I'm not. And they always was supporting me. My dad was always there. My mom, they helped me with my kids. They always helped me. And I just decide, like, okay, it's a bunch of restaurants. I come from a family, have business. And like, see, my grandma owns Juanita's.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So my brother always, and I see my aunts, how busy they are. And they're like, I was like, no, I don't want to be that busy. I don't want to spend every day of my life in there. So I decided to have something more easy. And then I'm like, wait a minute, no desserts over here. So we need something easy to serve, but my menu is not easy. And then I like, the most that I bring, the more busy we get. And I had to kind of quit, but no, I have more things in my brain that like, I had to bring this for the cold weather, and I had to bring another flavor to keep coming more people. And they're just always like, what is that? A lot of people come in, they're like, what do you have new? Because it's every time that they come back, they see something new.
I love that. Yeah. So why are you allowed to give us a preview of what we might see this winter? Or?
I'm not sure because I'm still putting it in my head. Like,
okay.
I wanted to have
still
it ready.
Working through it.
But I honestly, I'm going to continue. I'm probably going to get something hot, but I had to figure it out how, because I do not have a kitchen, and I do not know how to, but my brother will help me.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. I mean, you figured out quite a bit already. I have full confidence you'll continue to do so.
Yes.
The No Dishes podcast is brought to you by visitbloomington.com. VisitBloomington.com is the best resource for restaurant and culinary information, special events, fun activities, places to stay, and more in our area. We share a similar mission here on the No Dishes podcast of highlighting local businesses and the people who make our community unique. We can't thank them enough for hopping on board. Check them out at visitbloomington.com to easily plan your next meal, visit, or night out on the town. So I had no idea Juanita's is your grandmother.
Yeah, Juanita's is my grandmother, and my, like I said, Salvador is my brother, and he always told me, he was there just to support me,
That's
hey,
great.
you have to contact this person, you have to do this. But he do it when I was really ready for, because if I was not, he was like, okay, you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. Because like I said, I was like, at one point, like, no, I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to do it. That's what I have, my full-time job. And I really started liking it. And then that was the reason why I kind of have a business, because I was thinking, do I want to do this for the rest of my life? No.
Yeah.
Sorry. But
like, I love you, cook, but yeah.
But no, I wanted to, do something for myself in the future.
That's fantastic. Now, Juanita, did she work at Olive Garden for a long time?
So no, Juanita's never. So grandma is almost 90 years old.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, no, grandma never worked. Who worked at Olive Garden was my mother, but she was not part of the business. So my aunt is the one. She was. She never worked for any restaurants, I guess. I think the people started knowing her about the tamale lady, because she used to sell tamales on her truck.
Not BV though?
No.
Okay, different tamale lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I knew there was an Olive Garden connection with someone, because I had friends that worked there, and they're like, oh yeah, so-and-so worked there, and now they're Juanita's, and they're so great, and there's a fantastic chef. Okay, so at least I'm not completely crazy.
Yeah, no.
There's some connection.
Yes. I used to work for Olive Garden before I went to cook.
Oh, you did too? Okay.
So my manager was Kyle Denke.
Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, so Kyle's a good friend of mine. He's been on the podcast. My buddy Derek Buckholtz worked there back in the day at Olive Garden under Kyle, and both of them were just like have hyped up Juanita's to me when it first opened and since.
Yes,
and I've been a handful of times, and it's always great.
Yeah, that food is very good. Yeah, I not is because of my family, but it is made it like that is really make homemade recipes.
Yeah.
Because they made it from scratch right there. I swear, like they toast the peppers and they make the salsa and they make everything there.
Wow.
It's not like they got anything freezing. But
yeah, well, I'm glad we got to show them some love, because I'd heard maybe a year ago that they were slower than they maybe anticipated. And I remember being like talking about it on this radio show I do, and just be like, hey, go to Juanita's. They're just good people. It's good food. Like, show them some love. Because it's so easy. There's so many restaurants where they'll close and people will be like, oh, well, I loved it there, but I hadn't been in 2 years. And I get caught up in the same thing where there's restaurants I love, but I haven't been to in forever. And it's so easy to forget. And the next thing you know, it's too late. So
it's true.
Part of what we like to do here is try to remind people, like, hey, go check out this place, or go back here if you haven't been recently,
Yeah.
Garrett, I'm glad you brought back up the ice cream menu. I was going to ask you to. This is perfect. So can we just be, I'm going to be a fat kid. You can join me. But I want to kind of just run through these flavors, because it's such an eclectic mix. Sure. So we have coffee, we have caramel, we have bubblegum, Choco Oreo, self-explanatory, chocolate, coconut, Cookie Monster. What's Ferrero?
The Ferrero Rocher.
Okay. Coconut.
Hazelnut.
Hazelnut, yeah.
Chocolate.
Interesting. Okay. Fresh leche.
The strawberries and cream.
Oh, that sounds so good. I've never even considered that as a flavor. What's Gonzo?
Gonzo is one of those Mexican snack cake called gansito.
Okay.
So it's like kind of Twinkie cake coming in packets, and with Amarero cream base.
You had me at Twinkie.
it's one of those good sellers too.
Yeah. Okay. Guava. I love guava. Horchata, lime sorbet, mango sorbet, just a straight up mint. Pecan Nutella, pistachio. Pistachio is one we talked about doing forever, and we get maybe the most requested one that we haven't done. Does that sell well for you?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, that might be the push we needed. I'm not going to steal it. We talked about it for a long time. I won't steal anything else.
Like I say, I don't care. If it's on the east side, west side, I don't care. I like I say, I'd really happy to introduce it. Oh, Alice made it. So at least they're gonna know that I was the one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's one where again I know Hartzell's has done pistachio, and we've had to ask for, but pistachios are just so damn expensive, and we're just like we might have to just go ahead and do it. And then you have one that's just queso fresco. It's just cheese,
just the cheese. Not the cream cheese. The queso cotija,
See, that's I want to try it. Like that's delicious, and this is tough. We're going to talk for a long time, but I'm also like, this gold is over here melting. No. Yeah, there you go. Garrett's going to take it. Here, Garrett, you want one? Come get it, buddy. You never get seen on camera anymore. Pop your head in. People forget what you look like.
Try the Blackberry one.
Okay, well, let's hear. People need to see you.
He's like, share with me.
Yeah, can we get a little jingle like ice cream break? Da, 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 da.
Yeah, keep singing.
Yeah, da, 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 da. We're talking about ice cream. We're eating some ice cream. You want it?
This has queso fresco in it? So not like mozzarella or something?
No, not mozzarella or not like a cream cheese, because I even, explain to customers.
Hello.
So when I said the Blackberry with the queso, people say, yeah, I want the cream cheese. Like, it's not a cream cheese, it's the queso.
So is there like bits of the cheese in there?
Uh-huh.
Or is it like...
It is the bits of the cheese.
Not like kind of blended in with
the
ice cream itself?
No.
Oh, I see it now. It's like a little crunchy bit.
Yeah, so on the queso fresco, this is great. I could do this for hours. This is so much fun. We need to do another one where you just bring in all of them.
Oh my God, you want me to bring the 30
like, okay, so tell me on this. On the queso fresco one, is that like a vanilla base with pieces of queso fresco, or that one has queso fresco and all?
Yeah, just queso fresco at all.
Okay, so that is chunks in this one. That one is more.
Yeah, it's just white.
Okay, white on white.
Yep.
That dude, I know that horchata is silly.
A whole bucket.
Just drink it all day.
So we just switched because we've always done a plain cheesecake with cream cheese, sour cream, made it just like a cheesecake. But we just switched to doing literally 2 days ago to being a strawberry cheesecake.
We had strawberry cheesecake and
all right.
Don't stall it.
Yeah.
Some people come over there and they ask me for just a cheesecake, but no, they made it with the strawberry.
Yeah, well, and it's just what we've done for a long time is had pretty plain flavors with the idea that we're going to give you a million ways you can customize it. But it just seemed like lately more people want you to do that for them. And like give me the already tricked out ice cream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we're coming around and doing more, we're adding more mix-ins and stuff to where you don't have to get creative. We'll get creative for you. And when you do our cheesecake ice cream with strawberry topping and like graham cracker dust, I do this. We have a squeeze bottle. That's why I'm doing this.
You just
I realize
made it
that
right
look
now.
really silly if you had no idea. Graham cracker.
Yeah, what are you doing? Yep.
Sure, yeah. Better business, better community. For over a century, the Greater Bloomington Chamber of Commerce has been a cornerstone of business growth and community development. They are dedicated to helping local businesses thrive. Their business is all about your business. Join the Chamber today. Call 812-336-6381 or visit chamberbloomington.org to learn more. But it's not the same as a buttery like graham cracker variegate like that's in the ice cream. It has such a better flavor. Superman tequila queso fresco with blackberries. You guys got it. You nailed it. So what if someone comes in first time? What ice cream do they have to get, and what savory food do they have to get?
The first time I always sell it with the horchata.
You always start them on the horchata.
Yeah,
Yep.
because a lot of people, they're like, cinnamon? Milk? What?
Yeah, so on that note, we've had one of my favorite ice creams we made for a long time is called Sweet Cinnamon. And it's one of the best tasting ice creams we have, but it's one of the lowest sellers because people think of like Big Red gum or like Red Hots. They think of like spicy cinnamon. So we just started adding again in the last week a cream cheese icing and calling it cinnamon roll. To get people to order it. Because we're like, it tastes good, but no one orders it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like me having the, let's see, which one do it tastes good, but not really. We sell it much. Okay, the Monster. It's
the Cookie Monster?
The Cookie Monster.
Yeah.
It has, well, we sell it too because it's just, I feel it's the base, has the Oreo cookie and cookie dough in a blue base color. So it's no flavor or anything.
Right.
But yeah, like for me, it tastes good, but no. Oh, no, everything we sell because I would say like Superman, but Superman has 3 colors. And a lot of people, as soon as they saw it, they want it because it has like kind of bubble gum, cotton candy, and vanilla.
Yeah.
So we sell a lot.
That's another one that we've been asked for years.
Yeah.
Why don't you do a Superman ice cream?
Yeah.
You just haven't done it. Do I read correctly that you're doing full-blown tortas?
Yes, we do.
I didn't even realize you guys are doing
tortas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're doing full-on sandwiches.
Yeah, the bolillo bread. It's not like, and it's made really from the Mexican bakery. So we do ham, turkey, and queso puerco. A lot of people say, queso de puerco, what is that? And that's for me sometimes so hard to explain it because it's like head cheese and like, head cheese? What are you talking about? Like, oh my God.
Well, just try it.
Those Mexicans eat weird stuff.
Yeah.
We do. The chicharrón, it has cueritos. So it's skim and the vinaigrette, skim pork in the vinaigrette. So it's kind of, it's so hard to kind of describe it.
Yeah.
But you had to try it. You had to try it because I have this person that she's from Colombia, and she helped me. And I asked her, like, hey, do you guys have this in your country? And she's like, no. I like, will you buy it? She's like, She gave me that face like, And then I was like, okay. And then one day I was making it and I said, hey, you have to try this. And she said, okay. And she said, oh. And now she told everybody, like, I do not like it when I saw it, but now it's just one of my favorites. So a lot of people, it's just, I feel like need to try it. And it's like, I have right now this flavor called, it's a mamey. It's a fruit, but it's kind of similar like persimmons.
Okay.
And some people are like, oh, no, I don't like persimmons. I'm like, just try it. It's not a persimmon. I just kind of introduce it like that way.
Yeah.
But you just got to try it. So that's what I would like, try it.
You're just hammering the samples. Yeah.
Like, try it. And some people like, oh, I just love to see that Joy's face. It made me feel happy. Like, yes.
Yeah. Just like when I took my first, before we started recording, I took my real first bite. And you said the exact same thing. You're like, I just love to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I'll never get over just the joy of different ice cream. I'm like, ooh, what?
Yeah. Yeah, it's different. It's different. And also I have the mango natas. So summer we sell a lot of the mango natas. It's a mango sorbet with chamoy.
Oh, okay.
And a tahini and the tamarind stick.
Oh, you're so kind. Yeah, here you go. We'll do a little trade out. We're going loose. We're going off the rails here. Well, this is why we normally won't eat during it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
But it's a compliment. We can't help ourselves. It does help that it's melting. So we're like, we got to get it in now while we can. So you're doing the homemade waffle cones, and you offer all those ice creams. You can make any of those into a milkshake. On a
milkshake, yeah. Except the sorbets because it's the water. So I don't know. A lot of people, if they want it, go for it.
Do you have a soda fountain?
No.
Okay. One thing we do is it's called a freeze, and we use soda water instead of milk. So for like our Dole Whip, which isn't dairy based, You just make it like a milkshake, but use soda water instead of milk.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
well, I do have a soda water, but not a machine, but it's just on the bottle.
Yeah. You should.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, try the sorbet. Yeah. No, again, we are 100% like, we're not like, oh, competition. We're like, hey, great people serving great stuff. And that's why I do this podcast. Like, I want to show how cool Bloomington is, all the great stuff we have. And not every ice cream cone sold in Bloomington is going to be chocolate mousse, and that is totally fine. We're fine with that, you know?
It's true, because see, when we start, we offer a homemade waffle cone, sugar cake cone cup. I remember one time somebody told, we had a place where we get our good cones, the waffle cones, and we just give us a try, try. And now the guy, he's like, with my waffle cone. So, I guess he said that whatever place that he used to have it is the best. Right now, we get to to make it crunchy. So, I don't know. We're learning. We're still learning.
Yeah. Well, and homemade waffle cones are so fickle. We just started doing them 3 years ago. We bought in waffle cones. It was about 3 years ago we started doing them ourselves.
Oh.
And it just makes it smell better.
Oh, my gosh.
You know what I mean? And it's just much more authentic. Because I remember going to our owner, I was like, hey, man, we're making this delicious homemade ice cream, all made right in town. Why our cone should match that. At least have an option for it.
Yep.
And so you guys learned, you didn't have to learn, you knew right off the bat, it took me 7 years to finally be like, oh, what are we doing? So has business been kind of what you expected or maybe even better?
And when we started, was like, I was expecting just from my town right there on the west side, and then summer gets super crazy. I was like, oh my gosh, I was not ready for this.
Yeah.
And, but yes, we're doing good.
That's great. Well, you have like Cars Farm over there. So I'm sure hopefully you're getting people after like soccer games and.
Not really. I get it more I guess it's more like local people, they, and then you tell your friends and people show up because my friend, exactly.
Well, you guys, and again, I knew before even going into your shop, because I've seen so many people post about you guys in the foodies group. And so I'm like, they're doing something right. You know what I mean? Like, we've got to talk to these people. And it's great. Again, the West Side has needed it. So I'm sure everyone on the West Side is like, thank God.
Thank God, yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
And it's like, we didn't just get a shitty ice cream shop. We got a good ice cream shop. Like,
yes,
we got an ice cream shop and we got a really good one too.
Yep. A lot of people said, thank you. A lot of people thank me for being on the West Side. And a lot of people tell me, why are you coming to the West Side? Why? I'm like, because I live on the West Side. And I need ice cream and it's nowhere. So we had to do it here on the West Side.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't know, but that building that I rented, it was just amazing. When the first time I saw it and I just see the big windows and I want that.
Yeah.
And when I contact the person and they're like, okay, let's see. And I got it.
And it worked out. That's so incredible. The Bloomington Town Planner is a community calendar owned and published by local residents John and Sharon Martin. Mailed out to Bloomington homes in December of each year, it features school schedules and community events. And don't forget the coupons at the bottom of the calendar. They'll save you money and help you decide on the next restaurant or retailer to check out here in the Bloomington area. Town Planner also has an online calendar which can be found at townplanner.com. Make sure to sign up for their weekly e-newsletter so you can stay on top of all the fun events going on around town. So how long do you think you can keep going? Not to give your employers any insight, but do you plan to keep going for a while doing the double duty?
I'm planning to stay for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I was always asking why Jiffy Tree closed. And I didn't know that because people was retiring. So maybe I feel like I can move my knee no more.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you get 8 hours of sleep a night?
Not really. No.
Good for you. I mean, because we're recording this at almost 8 o'clock in the evening now, and you're very energetic. And I don't know. I have to go take a nap before we do these, just because I'm like, I hit that midday slump. I was like, I've got to not be tired on the podcast. But you're crushing it. So is there a secret? Is there a secret to just unbound energy?
I don't know. Maybe coffee. I love to drink coffee, and trust me, I take a nap.
Yeah, okay.
But my nap is around 2:30, something like that.
Okay, there it is. Yeah.
Before I go to the shop, I had to take a nap because I get up from my other work, so I just gotta go take a little nap and then make something to myself to eat, and then I'm good to go.
That makes me feel so much better. I thought you were a superhuman. It sounds like you still are, but I'm just like, at least she naps.
Yeah, I do. Like as soon my head feel the pillow.
Out. Like a light.
Yes, just like that. No matter if I had to go to bed right now, I will fall asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you, happy with this? Do you ever think you guys might expand and do more?
I'm very happy right now on the west side, and I might spend a little more. Yes, being a small business it can be a little hard, but it's not impossible either. But I just do all this by my own, so I had to kind of continue to do this, and then maybe if people still like us,
yeah, I have a feeling they're going to, especially if you're waiting on them. I've had the ice cream. I've talked to you. I see the secret, or it's not a secret, but I see why everyone's raving about you guys. It makes me very, very happy.
Yeah.
Do you have between you had your oldest graduate from IU, you have one there now, you have the 9-year-old. What were some of their favorite places to eat in town, or yours as a family to go out to?
So we always like any Indian food or Chinese food or something like made it's different, of course you can get Olive Garden or
right.
But we need to go to a real little place that we love Mai Tai. I don't know, but that food is just
another great. Yeah, and I always forget about them as far as being on the west side.
Exactly, because we're on the west side.
When I've talked to people that say that's essentially like they've nicknamed it like the second cook cafeteria because apparently lunchtime during the weekdays there is all cook people. Mm-hmm. Have you experienced that at all?
It's busy.
Yeah. So what's the family's favorite thing to get at Mai Tai, or yours personally?
My kids always. So like I said, my parents always was there for them. So it was eating out every weekend. Like they always take it. Like honestly, they go everywhere in town. And that's what my daughter the other day told me. Like I should have started recording my videos when I was eating my food. Yeah. And I become a famous too. And like, see, you don't do that. Yeah, they like anything. They like the pizza and any food. So, but like I say, it has to be more like made from scratch, like Mother Bears. So,
okay.
Or even bucheros, we like it. That pizza, yeah.
Bucheros, Mother Bears, your two main pizza options over there. Pizza X, I think they've got a West Side. They cover just about everything. I'd imagine they have to. I know they have an Ellettsville.
They had a West Side right here by Three Amigos.
That's it on West 3rd, but it's not on the other. No. Yeah, that's true. The near west kind of. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you guys are big fans of Mai Tai, Mother Bears, Buchettos. Mm-hmm. Do you and your husband have a date night spot that you went to before you opened an ice cream shop?
We always go like a family. We never have That was our night.
I like how you laughed at the question. You're like, oh, that's hilarious. We don't get to do that.
Yeah, we don't, because we always like. I have 3 kids, and like they're oldest now, but I mean we they always had to be with dad or with my parents, and I always had to keep the youngest. Even my mom was like, go do something and like work. Let's go to work. Watch my kid. I go to work. And then Zach was like, I watch him. Don't worry. So he always been supporting, I always like, I had to do this. I had to do that. And he always, okay, go for it. So he's there in the morning. He opens and he closes. And I'm always like, okay, well, I had to leave. I'm there. But he's like, you just come and serve and buy. Like,
Wow, so he's opening and closing.
Yes, he's the one. He's
like every day?
Every day.
Wow, what? How'd you get so lucky?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're working your ass off too, so both of you guys, man.
Well, he was taken to, he was having one job and I was having two because I was a cook and then I was at Juanita's and then I was at Olive Garden and I was a cook. And so I was always busy and he was only with one job. So I said, well, now you have to have two jobs just like me.
It's got to be even.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's helping. So he's a Mexican now.
That's hilarious. I love that. Like he knows what it's like.
Yeah.
We've gotten him there.
Right.
It took a little bit. But.
Yes, exactly.
Well, is there anything that we haven't touched on as far as your story or Ale's in general?
Alice, because it's like I said, it's a story about that because my dad was Alejandro. I'm Alejandrina. My son's middle name is Alejandro, and my youngest is Alexander. So let's go, Alice.
Wow, yes.
And my daughter's like, yeah. And what about Gavi? She always go like, yeah, the Alice shop, but no Gavi's. And like, I'm so sorry.
You need to come up with just like a special menu item for her or something so she feels included.
Yeah, you're right. She loves chocolate. So I don't know. I'm maybe going to
surprise her. Maybe that's a good Christmas present.
Right?
Be like, hey, you have a menu item now. That's so funny. She's feeling left out there. Like, thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
She told me that. She's like, thanks, Mom. Yep, Alice. Like, I'm so sorry. And she know because all those boys' name is Alejandro. And then me, Alejandrina. So like, let's put it together. So Alice.
Yeah. Wow. Just family affair through and through.
Correct.
I love it. Well, I can't overstate how much fun this has been. We've never met, and I'm so glad we got to meet.
Yes, thank you.
Because I mean, everything I've heard from the ice cream to you just being an amazing person, amazing product. I get it. You're fantastic. This has been so much fun. I'm so happy that you've had the success you've already had and wish you all the more. But thank you so much for taking the time to come on.
Thank you for the invitation. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure. There you go. You can't laugh, Carrot. All right, here we go. There you go, little fella. Oh, what another great episode. Thanks so much to Season 7 presenting sponsor, Visit Bloomington. Check them out. Visit Bloomington.com. As always, keep those hands dry. This episode of the No Dishes Podcast was recorded, edited, and produced by Garrett Portinga of Green Hat Media in beautiful downtown Bloomington, Indiana.
No Dishes Media.
No Dishes Media.